attend a good competition? Well, I can help you with that with my great competition planner. You'll be able to ace through it quickly. Just watch till the end of the video, subscribe, like, and share my videos, and then you'll ace the competition. I almost guarantee. So basically, the most important thing that you have to know is when you enter the competition, you're entering for fun. Don't make entering a competition like, oh my god, I have to do this. This is so stressing. Don't do that. Just think that it's, even if you don't get a place, it's still good that you still got a competition experience. And then if you didn't win, like I said, I didn't say it, but you can improve from this time, the first time you entered a competition to the present, which now you know what you did wrong and how you can improve with the help of your teacher or guardian. Then you need to like the instrument. If you don't like the instrument, then you probably won't work hard at the competition. Like for example, I like to play piano, so I work hard on every single competition that I attend. If you don't work hard, then it's basically common sense. You don't work hard, you won't get what you want or the goal that you set for yourself. So then also you can see the difference with others. And this is a really good point, especially if you're on the competition, not like online, because you can also see others perform. And if you're like, oh my god, I like how she was not that nervous, or oh, I like how he put his feelings into the song, you can also set an example, like they can be the example for you, so you can follow them and you can improve with the help of them, even though they don't really help you, but they still set the example for you. I don't know if that makes sense, so I hope that makes sense. Also, before you make any plans for the competition, you need to think, okay, so now I'm going to start planning for a competition. I need to know what my goal is. If I don't have a clear goal, then basically, this won't be possible. So you need to have a clear goal. Also, when you're in the competition, it's really like a good social thing because you can communicate with others, you can make new friends, communicate with judges, even though that's a little less likely because they're most of the time busy, but still you can communicate with other contestants or friends, so that's like a really good social opportunity. When it comes to competitions, your teacher comes in big help. Without your teacher, you probably won't even be able to enter the competition. Your teacher will find every single good thing in the competition for you, which competition is fit for your level and for you. So basically, your teacher will help you find your age, like which group, like if it's from 6 to 8 years old, let's say, then she'll tell you that you're supposed to go into the 6 to 8 years old group. If it's 8 to 10 years old, you go in the 8 to 10 years old. So your teacher helps a lot with that. Also, your teacher will put you into groups like your difficulty level. Like if you're advanced, you come here. If you're beginner, then you come here. So that's also really important. Also, for your category, the teacher would say, you come into this category, you come into that category. So next is your competition rules. This applies a lot to you because when you're recording the video or when you go on the competition stage, you'll have to know the rules. For example, if you're online and then you don't play the full piece, then some competitions require for you to play the full piece, and if you don't, they probably will not give you any credit or any points or anything. So this really, 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 it's kind of important. Also, you need to know the date of the competition. So this will help you because you'll know how long you need to practice every month, each month closer to the competition, each week closer to the competition, and each day closer to the competition. You know how much you practice and what your goal is because the competition has to do with that. Sorry, also I forgot to include that in competition rules, you need to know how long your piece has to be. In personal experience, I'm telling you, you don't want to experience this, but when I was 6 to 7 years old, I entered a competition, and then I played a piece that was longer than the time length, and that time I wasn't online yet, so I was at the competition, and then went past the length, and then the judge just rang the bell, and she said, "Okay, you need to stop. Next." And then when you do that, it just really ruins your competition feelings. Like when you do that, like when my feeling was like, I failed at this because I didn't know that it was actually going to be that short, and it just really ruined my feelings. So you really don't want to experience that. So I'm just telling you that basically you just want to make sure that your length. You need to read the rules before you plan the piece, because then if you plan the piece before the rule, then this piece is 5 minutes, but then the length is 3 minutes, so then you have to do it all over again. So that's going to waste of time, and then you won't have as much time to plan as you did before. So that's really important too. So next, that's really important, is your repertoire. Basically, your it's like the piece that you're going to play for the competition, and your teacher picks it. And this is really important because when you're even if your teacher picks it, then you have to like the piece. If you don't complain about, just nicely complain about it, like, Miss blah blah blah, I really don't like this piece, and I don't think I'll do as good because I won't have the feelings. And then she'll probably change it for you because your teacher usually follows you and your opinion. So then, if you don't subject to that point, then just wait to suffer, because for the next few months, you're going to have to play a piece that you hate or you don't like, and then you won't put as much feeling into the piece at the competition, and then you won't do as good. So you have to pick a piece that you like. So now that we have a goal, we have our piece, then our next is practice. So practice, okay? So practice is very, very, very boring sometimes. Especially when you go into details, it's kind of boring from my personal experience. But then you need to adjust your schedule to the competition schedule, because this is important. And you have to make sure every day you practice long enough. So make sure that at the competition you won't mess up, because sometimes people don't turn the audience into potatoes, carrots, or broccoli. Or whatever they like, so then they might get nervous and they won't play as well. So you need to adjust your practice schedule to the competition schedule so it works the best. And now you have to be ready for the competition, and this means you have to know a couple months before the competition what practicing should look like, and then a couple weeks before the competition what practicing should look like, and a couple days before the competition before the competition. So you need to work hard. And then this is really important. These 2 points I'm just gonna say is really important. Number 1, you need to slow practice. Slow practice. Put your metronome on. I know you hate your metronome, but you have to put your metronome on. That's really important. And when you put your metronome on, practice slowly, get all the fingering notes and details right, and then you'll be able to do it good. Because at the beginning, if you speed through it and then you get all the details and fingerings wrong, it'd be really, really, really hard to change it at the end, especially when you're really close to the competition. So make sure you put your metronome on. That would be a big favor for me. So now, when you're almost at the competition, you have to have every detail in this part. You know what this part is called? This is called your brain. You have to print your music sheet with all the details and fingerings and notes on there. And then when you competition, you're just reading it from your head. You're not being nervous or anything. Just read it from your head, because you should have a printed copy in your head. And that time your head is probably like a copy machine that will copy all the details, fingerings, and notes into your head, so then you can memorize them at the competition. So now is the grand finale, when you perform at the competition. And this is when you don't need to warm up anymore at the competition, because you're just ready. You don't have to warm up. If you still have to warm up, then that means you're not ready and you didn't prepare as well. But if you did, then you won't have to warm up because you're ready. I got this. Like for example, your family tells you, MusicalAmy, I'm Amy. Just go downstairs and play the piece for me, and then I play it perfectly. That's what you should be like at the competition. Now, before the competition, like about 2 or 1 week before it, then you have to practice daily for perform daily for your family. Like after dinner, if your sis, brother, mom, dad doesn't have anything to do, and they're all done with the dishes, just invite them on a party to the couch, and then play the piece for you because it's all free. So your mom should thank you because it's all free. So then, also, you want to find all performance opportunities, even if it's not at the competition. If you're at a party, carnival, parade, just practice as, like, if you have an opportunity, just practice, because then that'll probably be like, because there's so much people, and that will probably what it will be like at the competition, because there's still people at the bottom. Then you want to ask your teacher for a recital at the studio, so you know what it looks like, how big it is, how much people there is, so you can turn the people into broccoli. And then just last thing before the day at the competition, make sure you have a good night's sleep, good dinner, and make your mom order 1,000 McNuggets for me, okay? Thank you. Know that I will be thinking of you, 'cause no one will love you the way that I do.